Audio Jungle.
You don't need to be told that you're watching by Standards at News 10. So of course, you know it's your number one super review program, anchored by Michael Adekole. And of course, we are right here at the News 10. You can see what is going on behind us here. Okay, quickly to what we have on today's edition of this program. We have the Saturday Telegraph and the Saturday Punch newspaper. What are they dishing out to the world? Still on what is going on in America. I don't need to tell you, it is the election in America, the presidential election between the Republican and the Democrat. That's Joe Biden versus the Donald Trump himself. Quickly, what is the son of Donald Trump saying on the front page of this journal, US poll? Fight election battle to the death. Trump's son tells father. Fight election battle to the death. Trump's son tells father. Let's see how it goes. The Trump son has said it all. Father, fight your battle to death. That's what Trump's son is telling his father right here on the front page of the journal. Quickly to ex-police chiefs, IGP, PSC, that's the Police Service Commission, and the Inspector General of Police, Tozu, threatens internal security. IGP, PSC, Tozu threatens internal security. We have the rider, and what's the rider talking about here? Recruitment rift, a distraction, embarrassment. That's what ex-FCT police boss is saying here. Crisis unnecessary, can affect crime fighting. Ex-Bono police chief is saying this. President should intervene. Call wearing groups to order. On to the next one. Okonjo Iweala. WTO postpones meeting to select new director general. Violence, intimidation stopped Lagos voters in 2019. That's what Dimi Agbaje is saying. Dimi Agbaje is saying that violence, intimidation stopped Lagos voters in 2019. On to the next one, the Punch newspaper with a punchy headline here. Lekki shootings, Army files papers, list 4 generals, senior officers as witnesses. Army files papers, list 4 generals, senior officers as witnesses. To make video presentation, presents expended blank ammunition. Lagos NSAS lawyers clash over CCTV footage. Court remands protesters, freezes promoters' account till 2021. Wow, that's a very strong punishment there. How hoodlums brutalize, murdered our breadwinners. How hoodlums brutally brutalized and murdered our breadwinners, say wives of slain cops. I was told my husband was burnt alive. That's the late corporal's wife saying this. I am still searching for my husband's corpse. On to our reviewers for more analysis on these topical stories on the front pages of the New Telegraph and Saturday Punch. We'll be right back. We have Biden, that's Joe Biden, on the verge of winning the presidential election in the United States of America. And of course, Trump's son has come out to tell his father to fight for the election till his death. Now, looking at what is going on in America, and looking at the margin between Joe Biden and Trump, so many people foresee Joe Biden winning this election. Do you see that way?
Well, for me, I'm not interested in the margin. I'm interested in the integrity of the entire process. And I'm interested in the future of Americans being secured. And I'm interested in the confidence of the electoral process, which will, emerge any presidential candidates to oversee the affairs of the American citizens. And I believe, for me, Mr. Trump has shown a level of confidence and courage passion for Americans. He has reiterated it time without number that America first. See, unlike what we see obtainable within the African states, Africa is backward today and in the state of retrogression because the so-called rulers, not leaders, does not place the nationality, the country first. They place their selfish interests and whatever first at the expense of the country, at the expense of the citizens. So America will be great again if, of course, the electoral process is not jeopardized. For me, it is not over yet. I don't believe that Biden is emerging the president until the entire process is done and dusted.
Now you said until the entire process is done and dusted. So many people expected Trump to win in Pennsylvania and Georgia, which he lost the election in that area. Now looking at these two states, which many Americans or many Nigerians that are even in support of Trump expected him to win that state. Don't you see him losing everything at the end of the day?
I still maintain that these two states does not justify who becomes the next president. Whether you lose or you gain is immaterial. The entire process, the entire coalition should be done and dusted. And if there is any legal, combat, of course, if he's not satisfied with any party that is not satisfied can also seek for redress in a competent court of law, which I believe there is a system and the judicial process, of course, could be, is a well-established one, unlike Nigerian legal system. Okay. Which, of course, I believe justice must be done.
Now, justice must be done quickly to the justice Nigerians have been expecting to be done on SARS, that's the SARS protests. Of course, we know some of these protesters were killed, not only at Lekki Gate, across the states.
Of course.
Till now, we've not seen tangible justice being done by the concerned authorities.
Thank you very much. I may want to bring us back to what Aminu Kano said. He said, Nigeria will never be great. Nigeria will never enjoy peace until the son of a nobody becomes somebody in Nigeria without knowing anybody. Until this is done and achieved, Nigeria will never be better in life. You see, what is attainable now, if you don't know Jagaban, you will never be a councillor in Lagos State. See, until the son of the children of nobody becomes somebody without knowing anybody, there will not be peace in Nigeria. And it's not a surprise that the level of injustice being experienced. I told you that these people are bent, they are so wicked, they are so callous, that they want to jeopardize any process that will unveil the state of wickedness, that will unravel the state of crime, heinous crime against humanity. For over how many months, how many days now? Barely in few days from now, it will be a month. And you are telling me that they are still, trying to circumvent the main truths. Look at the army denying the fact that there was no live shooting. Before they said that they never participated in the shooting. They denied that, the involvement of the army officers. The army officers, public relation officers debunked that allegation, that they are not part of it. Only in few days they come back to tell us, they were sent by the state government, the state governor, that all this nonsense. Are we fools in this modern world, in this technologically driven world, where we have video evidence that attests to this? And you cannot deny it. All they're making is noise, and they're just, aggravating the situation, because people, the youth, are waiting for the response. The youth are eager, waiting for their own response. And if that is not coming, if that is how they will end it, I mean, in this state of denial and deprivation, of course, they should expect the worst. Because we must continue to advocate and seek for justice. Until that justice is done, Nigeria will either cease from existing or will never have peace.
I see Joe Biden, the results of the Biden council sincerely speaking, I love Donald Trump, and I love his action. He's an action man. So the way I think Trump is the one I know that can handle US. So I see Biden as he's not that kind of person that has this action, because for you to be a leader, you must, you understand?
Doesn't mean you just have that charisma.
Even American Secret Service have increased their presence in his house. I mean, Joe Biden. It's not by coincidence that they have tagged his house and his environment a no-fly area for security reasons. Because they already seen a potential #1 American citizen. He's already a potential #1 American citizen. Then I think Trump should realize that in politics, one should imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship.
That's what Jonathan even told them.
Yes, because if you look at the observation of European observers that is monitoring this election, they even say that Trump is abusing his office by using that exalted office as the President of America to discredit a process that is trying to usher in a new president of that country. Then again, I think Trump being a unilateralist is the reason you see most black in America going for Democrats. Because I think Joe Biden is more of a multilateralist. And if you look at the consequence of being a unilateralist, that is the reason even Adesina, who is the chairman of African Development Bank, almost lost that position because America opposed it. The same thing played out in this current World Trade Organization, where after getting overwhelming support globally, America is trying to block it. And as at the last time, we understand that the World Trade Organization have said they have put everything in abeyance until after American election. So if our candidate, who is Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, emerges, if Joe Biden will give her the opportunity to serve in that capacity, that lofty capacity, for me, anything we do in life is about interest. Interest is what you look at. So if Joe Biden's presidency will have more liberal policy for Africa, I think it's a welcome development. I tell you, let me tell you this, Mr. Mike. For people who always want to say, Trump say, go and repair your country. Go and look at globally natural resources. The one we have in Nigeria, we have in Saudi Arabia, diverse places. The world globally is making use of it. Go and verify what I want to tell you. It's on record that American policy, any government, whether Joe Biden wins or Trump wins, their policy is that all the natural resources you have in Africa, they want to make use of it. Either by crook or by hook or by diplomacy, they get at it. Even as it's not domiciled in their own country. So to that extent, we're already in a global village. If your policy do not favor me, I should support another candidate who I think my interest is protected. So for me, I think that must explain the reason most black in America are going for Democratic Party. And if you look at even the Nigerians who are winning, it's on that same platform. So I think Trump should apply decorum. And if eventually, but that notwithstanding, all the allegation of fraud he's talking about, if you have genuine and evidence, he should come forward and present it and ventilate his case. But otherwise, I don't think he should go about ridiculing the process of electioneering in his own country, especially as nations of the world look up to America as the best democracy.
All right, thank you so
He's
much,
not
Mr.
speaking
Martin.
good for his country.
This is the former capital of Nigeria. That if anything happen here, the president, a sitting president of this nation, must visit that place in Lagos State.
Sunday, in conclusion.
But the governor has turned himself to era boy. Abule do Ikali picture go show Buhari. Now again, after SARS protest that caused riot and the burning of everything, the president could not even come to Lagos State to address the issue in Lagos State or say there is coffee. Even though he cannot walk on the ground, he can use the helicopter and fly and look at what the thing happen, but he could not come. And what the governor had to do yesterday, he to snap picture and carry picture, go and meet the president for Aso Rock. Everything that happen in Lagos State will carry picture, go and meet him. He should better change, because if Nigeria can never do it, Obiambode, you know, go to carry picture, go to show president what they do. You know, get like, come Lagos for campaign. He come Lagos for campaign. No be Abuja they go meet and campaign for them. That's what I have to tell them. Make them use their head. Enough of this country. I pity for this country until they change the chain for their hand. All the whole youth. Everybody will stand here. Nobody all this one they shout for here. Everybody have to rise up and fight. Everybody die, you die. Anybody will die and rest in peace. You fight for our country.
Still Joe Biden and Trump. People expected Trump to clear Pennsylvania and Georgia, but the reverse was the case.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. These are the swing states. He won in 2016. He won them landslide. And now, I think with this COVID-19 that has killed so many Americans came out en masse and voted him out. Sunday, my friend, should not compare Nigeria and America. America already has a system that is working. Even if a cripple, a blind, a lame, a leper becomes president of America, it will still work.
Because it's a well-structured country.
That is the perfect answer. It is a structured economy, a structured company. So even if it should not link the same thing happened in Nigeria in 2015. Buhari from onset has been a clueless man. So you should not compare Joe Biden and Buhari. These are two different individuals.
And these are the two different countries.
These are two different countries. A country that has been working. Okay, now let me give you what a scenario.
Okay.
Donald Trump appointed a chief judge of the Supreme Court. I think either in Michigan. Now he lost in Michigan, and he approved the Supreme Court. Now the same court had to strike out his case. The same person he appointed, the woman he appointed, has to strike out his case. He said that voting should stop. Voting should stop in one, either in Florida or one of the cities. Now they said no. That every state has their own electoral law. These are things that are not applicable here in Nigeria. Lagos State does not have electoral law here. It is the same electoral law that is applicable to every state in Nigeria. So these are things. So you should not come on here and stop saying trash because you want to support Trump. And now he is saying about homosexualism. What has that got to do with how would the American life benefit every citizen? Now, in his first time, I think Beyonce said she has never voted in her life. That this coming election, that she will make sure her vote counts. And then she went against Trump. She went and voted for Biden. It was only the win, and this guy Kanye West that supported Trump. All the American celebrities supported Joe Biden. I don't know. But these are, I think their policies is not favorable to them. That was why most Americans how to come out and mass. And then he said, this is in the history of America, this is the highest votes that America yes ever. So these are things. So you should not link Nigeria with. And then again, I cannot support a man who does not support my race. Okonjo-Iweala should have been the president of World Trade Bank. Donald Trump, about 160 members, 120 I support of her. Only Donald Trump has been against her. Now, one female nation wanted to become the president of African Development. It was the same Trump that stood against him, that still insisted that no, still. Miraculously, the man emerged as the president. Now, he said visa ban. He placed visa ban on what? On where? Nigeria and some African countries. Even visa ban. Visa ban.
Which means his policies are not favorable.
It is not favorable to we the Africans. And now you are still telling me I should support. See, I choose no. See, I have no apology to support whosoever I want to support. I have been rooting for Joe Biden until now because he's losing on Wednesday. Donald Trump pulled out of the Paris climate change, which is also this is something Africa should also benefit from. He will not know that. He will not know that.
Just like the way he pulled out of WHO.
So these are things that benefit you, but you will not know because you are blind. Because your leader Nnamdi Kanu has telling you support Trump. You too, foolish follower. You are not telling Donald Trump. Tell me now, 4 years of Donald Trump, of what good policies does he have to Africa? Let them come and tell me. Let any one of them supporting Trump come and tell me. 4 good years now. What policy does he have to Africa? You are here saying David is supporting Joe Biden because of homosexual. That's so what? Absurd. It's so absurd.
David, we learned some protesters insist that they will be going out to protest despite the warning from the Lagos state government and the federal government. What advice would you give?
As yesterday, there is a bill in the Senate, a proposed bill calling protests a ban now, illegal. Before no protest should be carried on. That's it now. There is, I think, the bill. I think it has scaled to second reading now. Now the bill is now saying protests will be illegal in the country. I will not in the Banana Republic. Now, the ENSA protesters yesterday, CBN clamped down on them. Now, most of the protesters froze their account directive from court. Why would a sensible judge? Why would a sensible judge that wants Nigeria to grow, and then Nigeria happens to be a democratic state? Why would a sensible judge order for the protesters, for the ENSAs, for those ones that champion it? Why would you have to freeze their account? About 40 persons, the account were frozen, and that order came from the court. It shows. So now the court that should be the hope of the common man has now been personalized. Now tell me now as yesterday, the reason why Elijah had to close this road, block the road, is because they perceive there will be another protest.
Put your money for bank.
I noticed this yesterday.
That's what they perceive. And now,
even till now,
Sanwo-Olu is now saying any protest in Lagos is illegal. He gave the executive order yesterday. Is that the country you want to be good? So now people are now saying David, because when I told them I am from America, they say I lie. I will go to America very soon. I know I'm going. Amen. Because all this trash happening here is gonna happen over there. How would you ban protests? Giving citing now. Now, the commissioner of Lagos State, Professor Abayami, has said there will be a second wave of the lockdown because he knows there will be protests. So he wants to use lockdown and just impose lockdown on everybody so that everybody goes their own. So these are the tricks they are trying to play. Mr. Magadekule, this is so uncalled for.
All right, thank you so much, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you for always having me.
All right, you're welcome on board.
Fine.
Of course, I don't need to tell you that an election is going on in the United States of America. It's the Democrat versus the Republican. Who do you think would carry the day?
That is left for them in their own country. According to what we are seeing, we are only here in Nigeria witnessing and observing some certain things. The bidding is leading. So, but the incumbent president, which is Donald Trump, saying that we go to challenge the case to courts. So that one is left for them. So whatever that will come out, we are watching out to see. We are watching out to see. So me, in the sense, anybody that won, let him be there. Because in my own sense, I would have preferred Trump to be there. But if in the other way around, bidding come in, okay, I'm fine.
Now, looking at the way the election is being conducted, and comparing it to the way we conduct election in Nigeria, how can you see it? Don't you think the government here needs to learn something from them? And how do you think we can, re-strategize in our own electoral system?
Thank you very much. It is not in the DNA of we, the Africans, to learn things from the Europe, the Western world. Let me say the European and the American. It is not, according to, if I'm tracing through the history, it is not in our DNA. And them that call themselves world powers knew this. They know it. But they don't want to help us. They don't want to come to our aid. Politically. Africans, they know that Africans are there to victimize themselves. Africans are there to intimidate themselves, to weaken themselves, to do all manner of things. Their leaders, it is not in their DNA, it is not in their gene, it is not in their blood to say, let us emulate the good things that is happening over there in the Western world and introduce it in our own country. It is not happening in Africa. And them that call themselves world powers, they say that they are world powers. They are the one leading the world. They are the one monitoring the affairs of the world. We have European Union, we have UN, we have some other international organization, Commonwealth. We also have international law that is guiding the whole world. But all those things are not functional in Africa. And Africans are not ready to say, let us within our own self imbibe a culture of emulating good things from these people. I get my point. Now, Africans, we are called the third world countries. Now, these people are ahead of us. And they know our nature. That if they are waiting for us to come and say, let us emulate, let us go and emulate what they are doing. Okay. That's we will not do it. So what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to come to our aid politically. They're supposed to look into Africa. Okay. They're supposed to help Africa in so many ways, not in the other way around. Okay. Not thereby practicing, saying that there is international law, there is United Nations, there is international community. To me, all those things do not exist. Okay. Because they are like toothless bulldog. They are not helping Africa. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Betel. The person you are opposing is leading.
The person I'm opposing is leading. Joe Biden is misleading. He's not leading.
What do you mean by that?
He's misleading Americans. He's misleading the whole world. They are rigging election. They were busy committing fraud during the counting. China helped them, printed fake ballots. Dead men voted. They traced it to the identity of the deceased. Tom Print wasn't the dead man's, but the living.
Even the one that happened at Pennsylvania and Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, I support Trump.
Don't forget that Trump won Pennsylvania election.
I know.
Yeah, he had a lot of votes in that.
They rigged and rigged, but you see,
but this time around, no way.
No way. Let me tell you, Michael. Trump is going to the court. Everybody has right to go to court. Trump is the president of the United States of America. They must obey him. They must follow his instruction. Even if Biden loses, he has right to go to court. Why are they avoiding court?
But with the look of things now, don't you think Biden were much winner of this presidential
anybody
election?
that God Almighty says will be the president will be the president. Let me tell you, if Biden ever becomes American president, that is Obama. It's going to be Obama that will be there. Obama will be at the back door pressing the button, then Biden will be the person doing the rating.
All right, thank you so much, Raphael, for your contribution. Very good one from you. On this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands. Of course, it's the weekend edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. I have here, behind the camera, Femi Davis, Olaibitoye, and Dayo, or Dunsi. All keeping it real on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. You can subscribe to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. You can also join me on Facebook. Mike out. Temitayo Adekunle. Instagram Adekunle Michael Temitayo. Have a good weekend.